Okay.
Oh, wait. You can see that, can't you? I did turn on my camera, right?
Yes, you did.
Apparently we have a hot mic. Okay. I don't... Hi, welcome to my channel. I don't know if you can hear me double now because I unmuted the thing that I normally unmute. But apparently my mic was hot even when it was muted. Either that or the delay is atrocious.
No, one, the other, or both.
Could be. I don't know. I'm drinking scotch again tonight because fuck my head.
I'm drinking Diet Dr. Pepper because that's what I usually drink. That
I...
and water. So people can know.
Okay. Wait, did he just mute himself? Yes, I just muted myself. What the fuck is going on here? Yeah. Okay.
Everything's broken. It's okay.
Okay. Okay. No, so apparently the mute does work, but my hot mic was extra hot because reasons. I don't know. Why did I mute myself?
Because it was the bikini. It was
because when I muted myself during the frickin' countdown, everybody was being like, "Oh, hot mic, hot mic." You know, the mic's still hot. So now I'm like, maybe there's an echo now. So I muted myself to see if you guys would notice, and you guys are all like, "Oh, it's muted now." So I don't know why you could hear me during the countdown. Hi, welcome to my channel. This is a charity fundraiser. Go to donate.vicerhino.com, I think. Let me just make sure.
Work this time?
I don't know, because it was working last time. I got it to work live on air.
Yeah.
But then when I tested it just before going live, it was like timing out. But there should be a bot in the chat that will be... No, that's check out my merch. Why is it? God damn it.
This isn't a charity fundraiser. It's a merchandising stream.
Nobody even buys my merch from Stream Elements. But I have it, and apparently it's good. Okay. God fucking damn it. I spent hours reworking everything for this stream, and apparently it wasn't enough. Oh, no, that's the wrong Stream Elements. So now I gotta log in and log back in. Vice Rhino Live. Chatbot timers. Why do they call it a timer? I don't know.
It's because it's on a timer.
Apparently, yeah, no, that's... God damn it. People in my Twitch are saying in Cirrus community, hot mic could be fan art.
Yeah, it could be. It depends on how hot you want your mic.
God damn it, now I gotta... Fuck. Okay, this is a charity fundraiser stream. I am trying to raise money for charity, so I apologize. Normally I wouldn't worry this much about the fucking bots, but it's spamming the wrong link in the chat. And now I gotta find the right link because...
Remember that if it's spamming... which chat is it spamming the wrong one into?
YouTube.
Have you made sure that on Stream Elements you're logged into the YouTube side?
Yeah, but now I need to get the actual link.
Ah.
So I'm...
Everything is breaking, don't worry.
Wait. God damn it. Just go into my email.
I just saw your tweet. This shit's hard unless your entire shtick is being a reaction streamer going, wow!
Yeah, that might have been a slight reference to the what's it called? Sniper Wolf? Is that her name?
There's Sniper Wolf and XQC right now, which are under fire for different
XQC
reasons
as well. Yeah.
At least you're not a reaction streamer whose reaction to just doing the WoW thing to the Gaza Strip getting attacked is showing somebody your expensive watch.
Yeah, that's gross.
Yep.
Okay. Chatbot should be updated on YouTube. Apologies to everybody. My God. This is...
Oh God, the atheist said, my God. He admitted it.
Yep. Damn straight. No, my technical abilities are proof that there is a God, because God is impeding my progress by stopping me from raising money for charity that has nothing to do with atheism.
But he's also
Cheers.
not all powerful because he's going to inevitably fail as you succeed.
Yeah, no, I just fixed the bot, so next time it goes off, it should be telling you where to donate. There's a link in the description. Fuck, God damn it. Because
there was a link in there the entire time.
There's a link in the description. Go to the link in the description and donate to Project Share. We need someone to donate $6 so we can get the fun number, because we're sitting at $660 right now. So yeah, somebody donate $6. We are okay. So we are live. What are we fucking doing? Hi, Cirrus. How's it going?
Hi, Rhino. How are you?
Cheers. I'm drinking scotch.
Yes. Did you forget you told us that because of the scotch?
I did not forget that. I was starting over, getting a fresh start. It's the Jura, I think it's pronounced. 10 years. It's about half the price of the Macallan, and it's pretty good. It's not as good as the Macallan, but you know.
I have the Walmart brand Diet Dr. Pepper. It has a nice finish to it because it costs 30 cents less.
Not 30 cents less than my scotch. That would be an expensive fucking Dr. Pepper.
Really would be. I paid $1.40 for this bottle, and it's a 2-liter.
Oh my God. Are we streaming on the same night as the GOP debate again? Fuck. Well, I mean, they're a bunch of clowns. We all know what they're going to say. Radical left, Biden ruined the economy, Hunter's laptop.
Hunter Biden's laptop. Can you imagine being a Republican in Halloween and the scariest thing you can think of to dress up as is
God
Hunter
damn
Biden's
it.
laptop?
Somebody donated $100 at the same time as somebody donated $6.
You don't get 666.
We missed the fun number. That's okay. That's okay. You know what? Thanks to the thank you for whoever donated $100. That was in that. Well, Naramdaputs gave $6. So, and I think that got in just before the 100. So we were there briefly. It just didn't refresh in time for the stream. But thank you, Michael, for the $100. I was insufficiently thankful. Word for grateful. Insufficiently grateful. I was. I've only had like one sip of scotch so far. This is not boding well for the night.
That's all it takes. Guys, just so you know, if you're ever out drinking with Rhino, all it takes is one sip of scotch to fuck him right up.
Yeah.
It's like super tequila.
Well, so when I went to Shade's wedding, which was presided over by Rudy B, who my viewers might be more familiar with as X-Cult Baby. Yep. They did a couple guest videos on my channel in the past. And we went to a club the night before, and Rudy got kind of miffed at me because I'm not the kind of person that is willing to share drinks. Like if you take a sip out of something, I am done with whatever drink. If it was a communal drink or whatever, if I'm the first one in, I'll take my first sip, and then everybody else can go, and I'm done. And that is like, I am averse to that to a point where, like, if my brain has made the connection that there was an opportunity for someone to have done that, and they are the kind of person that might have done that, then even if it's someone I trust completely and they tell me, no, I didn't do that, I'm still like, nope, I'm done with that drink now. And that happened while we were out, and Rudy was kind of miffed at me for, you know, like, oh, you don't trust me that I didn't take a drink out of your drink? And I'm like, no, I trust you, but I am a strange person.
Just works that way.
Yeah, that's just how my brain do. And yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that just sounds that's kind of where I am as well with that, because my brain immediately puts images of like backwash, and I cannot get over it.
Yep. Yeah, I tried to be smooth about it, and like, because our little group moved to a different location in the club, and so I tried to just forget my drink, but it did not work. Rudy noticed.
Jesus Christ.
Palfley says, quick, someone donate $5,900.
Then you could have 6666. Perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. Somebody do that.
We would want that not just for the comedy, but also because it's a fundraiser.
Yeah, I will do a match donation at some point. Cirrus and I are going to be doing a race tomorrow night. If you are familiar with the game Hollow Knight, it's a platformer game, Metroidvania style, that Cirrus has never played before, and I have played a lot. So we're going to have a little race and see. I'm going to have a randomizer on. I'm going to be handicapped. Cirrus is just going to be playing vanilla. And
speaking of which, I need to buy Hollow Knight.
Yeah,
second.
If there's a way to gift it on Steam, I can do that for you. But I will be playing in such a way where, like, every so many dollars that gets donated, I will get a new something wrong with my playthrough, whether it be like every landing is a hard landing, or there's an enemy following me around shooting at me while I'm trying to do everything, and everything will stack on top of it. So yeah, I'm gonna have a hard time with it if you guys donate lots of money. And I'm thinking of making the threshold $500. Let's make it steep.
Let's make it very, very steep so that it doesn't bog you down too much. But
if you want Cirrus to have a chance, you got to donate lots of money.
So if they want me to beat you in a video game, they have to pay for me to win.
Yes. But you're paying a charity that does good things with that money.
That's fair.
Okay. All right, let's do what we're pretending that we're actually here to do. Nope, that's not the...
Be honest, the news items are a formality at this point. It's here so you can drink.
No. Okay. Anyway. Election day was yesterday. Election day. Yay. That's always fun. Democrats won big on abortion rights Tuesday. Here's what the results say for the U.S. going into 2024. So this is AP doing their little predictive thing where they're like, oh, well, this is how people won. This is... And like, the polls are coming out not looking good for the Democrats. However, we're still a year out, and polls a year out are always off quite a bit.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that doesn't necessarily concern me in and of itself. Now, that being said, Biden did come out as very much pro-Israel in a climate where like the people most likely to suck it up and vote for him are very much Israel's trying to commit a genocide against the Palestinian people. So maybe let's not be so unequivocally pro-Israel.
Yeah. Have you seen Bernie Sanders trying to come out on that?
I have not.
Yeah, he came out very much going like, hey, genocide's really bad, and we should all kind of understand that already.
Yeah. I agree with that.
There's clips of his speech on Twitter, and it's actually pretty good. I'm not going to lie. But it's Bernie, so I kind of expect that.
Yeah, but I also... well, I mean, I guess I didn't... I hoped that Joe Biden wouldn't have come out as so unequivocally pro-Israel, but I was not surprised. But yeah, anyway, basically, abortion is what saved the day here, ironically enough, because pretty much everywhere where the Democrats won, where Republicans were expected to win, it was because there was something big with abortion that was on the table, and people turned out to vote against restrictive abortion things.
Yeah, Ohio was the big one that everybody seemed to be talking about a lot.
Yeah, Naramda puts is saying the United States official stance is something along the lines of we support Israel no matter what. We are also concerned about the civilian casualties. It's not really meeting the moment. Yeah, no, that was actually, I think it was, there was a press conference where the guy came out and flat out said, like, yeah, no, there will be civilian casualties. That sucks, but it's going to happen. And it's like, yeah, but like, you're enabling it.
Yeah. It's like the statement bad things happen in war only goes so far if you're actively shoving money at making the bad things happen in the war.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit. Like, it's a true statement, but it means less coming from one.
An annoying newsletter says we're not paying for Cirrus to win, we're paying for Rhino to lose.
You know what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that rhetoric. I don't have to be the winner as long as Rhino's the loser.
Works for me. As long as the charity is the ultimate winner.
For the chat to win, though, we have to tie on the exact percent.
Here's the thing. I'm not actually sure if so in the randomizer, it randomizes the item that you get that will show you the game percentage. And I'm not actually sure if I can turn that off or if I can use cheats to make me have it. So like we might have to keep playing at least until I get that.
Huh. Interesting. I guess we'll have to see. I didn't know that the completion percent was actually tied to an item you had to collect.
Well, no, you don't collect it per se in the game. It's like the little tablet thingy that you read just before you go in to beat the final boss is what unlocks that on the menu where you can just see it.
Oh, okay. And for the nature of the race, we would want people to be able to see that all the time.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that. Yeah, so anyway, Democrats won open seats in the Pennsylvania Supreme Court. I think if I recall correctly, that actually flipped the court. They were Republican, and then a Democrat won an open seat and are now Democrat. I think. I might be wrong on that one. Democrats took the Virginia State House. They kept I think it was the Virginia Senate, it was Kentucky kept their Democrat governor, even though they are hard red. And yeah, Virginia gained the House and kept the Senate for the Democrats. And all of this was thanks to Republicans being so vehemently anti-abortion.
It's amazing when, what is it, 65% of the country is pro-abortion, usually when polled. It's amazing that running on that platform would end up backfiring for you when statistically that's what you expect. Weird.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just how it works, I guess.
Also, looks like another $100 dono has gone into the fundraiser.
Ah, so it has. Thank you to whoever did that.
You're an amazing individual, and your proceeds will be spent well on charity.
Yeah, well, I am trying to set up my forward again. Okay, it's working now. Donate.vicerandom.com. I'm not sure why it just got deleted, but it just got deleted, and I just added it back in, and clearly, like, all the registrars still had that forward set up, because normally it takes, like, 20 minutes, but it just immediately started working. So yeah, donate.vicerandom.com will take you to the thingamajiggy. Or at least it did just a second ago. Fuck. Whatever. Link in the description. Yeah, so this is off-year elections, which generally have pretty low turnout. People ignore them, but yeah, there's no such thing as an off-year election anymore. They're all important.
Yep. I mean, we've been trying to tell people for a while now that your local elections are where most of the groundwork for politics get done. So paying attention to them may be more important than not.
So in Kentucky, Andy Beshear, who I believe he's Democrat, right?
Let me see here.
Yeah. Beshear's Democrat. He's now the governor. He maintained his governorship of Kentucky, which Trump won Kentucky in 2020 by 26 percentage points. So that's like hard red. And he very much focused his campaign on, like, no, we're going to protect abortion access. Yeah, so in Ohio, what was it? Measure 1 or Ballot Measure 1? Whatever it was called. It passed, so abortion is now going to be protected by the Ohio State Constitution.
I noticed that issue 1 was actually trending on Twitter for a little bit for that.
Yeah. Yeah, so Dan McCaffrey won on the Pennsylvania Supreme Court by positioning himself as a defender of abortion rights. And yeah, so it seems like with Republicans, abortion was the dog chasing the car. Like, the dog finally caught the car and now doesn't know what to do with it and is kind of fucked.
I don't know if I fully get. I understand the reference, but I don't. Could you explain? There we go. Brain can't brain.
Because dogs chase cars, and when a dog catches a car, it doesn't know what to do with it.
No, I get the reference. I've seen The Dark Knight.
That's in The Dark Knight?
Yes, that's a quote from the Joker.
Okay, well, it doesn't come from the Joker.
In the movie, it does.
Yeah, okay, fine, but that's not where it originated.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, what are you confused about? The Republicans were chasing the car that was abortion. When they overturned Roe versus Wade, they caught the car.
Mm-hmm.
And
okay, now I understand.
Now they're fucked because they don't know what to do with it.
Now I get it. I understand now.
Was I doing that thing where my brain was connecting dots that weren't making it out my mouth?
It might have. It also might have been my brain blanking on them too. We'll need our chats to decide if I'm the dumb one or if Rhino's the dumb one today.
It could be both. Porque lonos dos. No los dos?
No, lonos?
Lonos. No los dos.
Yakiro Taco Bell.
Something like that. Fusel understood me perfectly. Neuromptipus said it made sense to me.
Okay, so it's a me problem, and I know my chat's going to be against me anyway. So we're already here.
Oh, I was going to say this is my YouTube chat. They are much friendlier to me than my Twitch chat is, because generally my Twitch chat is made up of people from your chat that have made it over there.
My chat is known for having a very antagonistic relationship with me.
Your chat's made up of a bunch of assholes. We know that.
It's true. It's true. They're wonderful.
Okay. Next news item. House votes to censure Representative Rashida Tlaib for Israel-Hamas war comments. So, and look at this. Look at this. This is NPR. I love NPR. You see how everybody on stream can like read the headline because it's not like cropped to match their ads. It's cropped to match the article.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't it nice?
Amazing.
Doesn't it actually look like I know what I'm doing when I show this instead of fucking that thing?
Isn't it weird that the vote?
Like what is that?
Isn't it weird that this vote to censure is going through, but the vote to censure Marjorie Taylor Greene did not?
Yeah, that's kind of what struck me. Well, first off, Marjorie Taylor Greene put it to vote to censure Rashida Tlaib, and that one was voted down. It did not pass.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's because she was using inflammatory language that just was not applicable to the situation. I would argue that the censoring she's getting now is not really applicable either. But, 22 Democrats actually voted for this, which is weird. Setting aside the nature of what she's being censured over, which we will get to that in a moment, setting that aside for now, isn't it interesting that every time Republicans need something like this to pass, it's like it's all or nothing. Like they all vote together in lockstep up until recently. Like if it's a Republican putting the bill forward, all the Republicans vote for it. But Democrats are willing to cross the aisle sometimes and be like, so there are Democrats that are pro-Israel that are like, oh yeah, no, I agree that she needs censuring for, speaking up for the country that she's from. Like, this is where the politics come back, and it's kind of baffling to me that like the only representation that Palestinian Americans have in all of the U.S. government is being officially censured for speaking up on behalf of Palestinian Americans and just Palestinians. Because these fucking people don't understand the difference between Palestine and Hamas.
The unfortunate part about it isn't even related to this so much as it is the fact that when you bring up how Republicans will vote in lockstep and a lot of times Democrats won't. There's a video by Innuendo Studios a while ago that was called We Go High, or when they go low, we go high. Yeah. And it was highlighting the exact problem with operating this way. This inevitably will cause just over time can cause the Democrats to lose more of the fights they're pushing for than win, because instead of using their numbers correctly, they end up doing this. And I understand, is this the more ethical thing to do? Absolutely. But when the other side isn't fighting with ethics, you don't be the one using them. In general, if a guy's like, aha, I brought the gun to a knife fight, you don't go, well, the correct thing to do would be to use the knife anyway, because that's what we agreed to. Like, no, they brought a gun. Use the gun. Yeah.
So Pegajace was the $100 donor that you had noticed. Then we got another 25 from Anonymous. So
thank you very much, Anonymous and Pegajace.
Keep those donations coming.
All right, where are we at in the article?
I don't know. I haven't really been reading it. I've just been summarizing from what I remember.
You got it up here and everything.
Well, I mean, I literally just tweeted about streamers who just react to other people's content without adding anything. So if I just read the article, I'm kind of hypocritical, aren't I?
Not really. So if you're reading the article, but you are still giving your own insight as opposed to just going, wow, chat, wow, wow.
The measure was sponsored by Georgia Republican Rich McCormick.
Wow.
Rich McCormick. Wow. Holy shit.
Chat, wow. I need your eyeballs, chat.
Bro, come on. Oh my God.
Oh my. Unironically, you should do an entire episode where you're doing that once just to take the piss.
Fuck no. I don't.
As a short.
Okay, as a short, maybe not like
as a short.
I was picturing a whole thing of Twit Tweets where like that's all I do for this news article. I'm like, no, I can't do that.
It's why when people give me video suggestions in my Discord, and it's a thing I agree with. I'm like, I don't want to do that because I'm just going to be nodding my head. There's no content there. There's no transformative. It's just me going, yes, this is correct. It's nice.
Yeah. So it says censure. Now, I thought there was more to censuring than this, but according to NPR here, censure is just like basically they bring her up to the front and then they read the text. Mm-hmm. So it's like, no, bad representative.
Yeah, censoring is literally just reprimanding. It is a public record of reprimand. That's it.
Okay, so
basically, make a huge deal
so they just so yeah, no, it doesn't actually do anything to stop her from being able to say the things she's been saying, but it lets them. I don't know. Does it?
Are you familiar with the human pet guy?
The human pet guy. Is that movie where Gary Busey wanted to be a dog? So like he invented an excuse to be reincarnated as a dog, but they filmed like him wearing a collar being led around on a leash.
No, not quite, but close. So there's a guy called Cybersmith, and people in my chat, they're just going, God, not human pet guy. No, they know the person. So this person has found my content, and they're a known meme on the internet. As evidence to how nightmarishly stupid they are, I did my video on how the Democrats are not going forward with censoring Marjorie Taylor Greene. You see in this article what censoring is. It's a slap on the wrist. That's all it is. And his comment on my video was that this is the worst kind of censorship imaginable. He literally did the unironic "this is 1984" post. And I'm just sitting there like, this is why people make fun of you. This is why people make fun of you, you moron. This is exactly why.
It is. So Pegajace is pointing out that the Gary Busey movie I'm referencing is the one that they covered in God Awful Movies this week. And yeah, it's available for free on YouTube. And I watched it, and they are not exaggerating that it seems like Gary Busey just living out his fetish. Because like it's done in the format of like a quirky kids movie.
That's not really what you're seeing when you're watching it.
Yeah. He's getting like scritched behind the ears by an attractive lady at the shop in a scene that serves no purpose other than to scritch the dog behind the ears.
Fun.
Anyway. Yeah, so Talib posted a video that I am not showing this video on stream. This will get demonetized for sure, because I have watched this. There's photos of dead bodies, including like children and babies and shit in there. It's not pleasant to watch. But towards the end, there's a group of Palestinian protesters, not Palestinian protesters, protesters who are part of the Free Palestine movement. That at one point they shout the slogan "From the river to the sea," or something like whatever that one is that everybody's whatever. It's the slogan that people are saying like that's an explicit call for genocide against Israelis. Which, again, I've mentioned this last time we talked about this. I am not Palestinian. I'm not Israeli. I don't know what it's like to live there. I don't know what it's like to live in these conditions. If you are there and you know this slogan as a call for genocide, that's going to hit differently than us white folks over here that don't know anything aside from what we can read in news articles or whatever.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we're very disconnected from this, so our perspective is going to come off that way.
So if there is a feeling of like that is a call to genocide that is used by Hamas, then like I get it. We shouldn't be using that if that is the slogan. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free is the slogan. So like if that is a call to genocide, then no, we should not, like, even those of us who are fully supportive of free Palestine and not supportive of Hamas, but like just want civilians to stop being killed, let them live in peace or whatever. We should not use that slogan if the people that actually live in that area, the Israelis that are in real danger of being killed by Hamas, if they see that as a call to genocide, we should probably be uncomfortable using that slogan.
Yeah.
And I'm okay saying that. And so maybe she shouldn't have said that. However, going back to she is the only Palestinian American in Congress, I feel like she should get at least a little bit of leeway with this. Where, like, she should be allowed to advocate for her people and the people that are, like, the people living in the United States that are of Palestinian descent. That she's, like...
I think there's a thing that's happening in the States and in Canada that's kind of scary with this, though, that I've noticed. And it's happening to both Jewish people and people of Palestinian descent in both areas. There is a lot. I don't know if you've seen what happened to a lot of Arabic people in the United States, Muslim population, around the time of 9/11. Like just how they started to get treated in general. People who had been living here borderline their entire lives started getting treated very differently by the people around them. People who others in their vicinity know them as Jewish or Palestinian. We're starting to see a lot of that again on both ends right now. It's happening a lot in college campuses especially. And it's a little terrifying. And it's why it's kind of hard to speak on stuff like this, because neither of us really get affected by this, but there are people right now who are. So I agree that she should be able to say, at least to some extent, her thoughts on this in Congress, because she's the only person representing anybody here for that.
Here's the thing, though. She didn't actually say the slogan. She just tweeted out a video that happened to contain the slogan.
Oh, that's completely different. What?
Yes. So she didn't even say it. She just tweeted out a video, and the video was very much like, Biden's on the wrong side of this issue because the people most likely to vote for Biden are like, okay, that's reducing it down to like, oh, Biden should do whatever is going to get him the most votes, which, like, no, that's not how the leader of a country should operate. They should do what they genuinely think is best for their people or whatever. But like, her point in there is that the American people are not necessarily behind him when he says Israel 100%. And so she showed all the protests that, like the Free Palestine protests, of which some of them were chanting the slogan that some people consider to be genocidal or a call to genocide. So she did not actually, to my knowledge, she did not explicitly endorse that slogan. Yeah, there we go. Here's the crux of the issue. Republicans don't give leeway to people who don't agree with them. Yeah, no. Is like, if you've got that R in front of your name, you can give some guy a handy in a theater full of children, and the Republicans will back you and protect you. But as soon as they see that D there, they're afraid of the D. So, you know, as soon as you step out of line, they go after you. So yeah, she does defend the slogan, saying that she's calling for a ceasefire. Well, okay, so Tlaib responds to allegations that she shared a slogan calling for violence against Israel, saying on the House floor that she was calling for a ceasefire. So she's not defending the slogan itself. She's defending her use of the video that contained it. But yeah, so basically, it's a messy situation. I don't think she should be censured for this, but like, I think that's just a bad look in general. To have like the one Palestinian American representative in the whole Congress censured for pointing out that, like, hey, maybe don't commit genocide. Because let's be real here. Like, yeah, there are, like, Hamas is calling for genocide of Israelis, but Israel's behavior is very much genocidal towards Palestine. Not even Hamas there, Palestine.
It's why when people have gone into my chat saying I'm not allowed to both sides of this issue, yes, I am. I'm allowed to do that perfectly fine. If I think both sides are being in the wrong,
so
I can do that.
Avul Atheist says, hey, you said no stream. No, that was yesterday. So I stream multiple days a week now. I stream on Tuesdays with my partner. And it was yesterday that I said no stream because, and this, I don't think I mentioned this on the top of the stream. One of my children recently decided that he wanted to know if our fire extinguisher still worked. So he pulled the pin, squeezed the handle, and discovered that it does still work. Well, it did at the time. Doesn't anymore. So yeah, I had to cancel yesterday's stream because, like, sorry, I can't stream if I have to spend 3 or 4 hours cleaning up monoammonium phosphate powder from my entire house.
Jesus, you have white stuff everywhere.
Yeah, actually, that's a fun little point. So I posted about that, and immediately I got multiple people commenting on my parenting abilities, saying like, "Oh, you're a bad parent for." Like not making them clean it up, for cleaning it up yourself instead of making them do it. It's like, okay, there's a number of things here. Like, first off, don't assume that you have enough context from my brief post explaining why I'm not streaming today to pass judgment on my parenting abilities. Like, I just thought it was funny that my kid pulled a fire extinguisher, and like, yeah, it sucked having to clean it up, but like, that is a reason to not stream because I gotta clean. But then it's also like, I'm not going to keep him home from school to clean it up. And I am not sitting in a pile of a powder that, like, it's probably not going to like do any long-term damage, but it's definitely an irritant. So like, I'm not going to sit here in a house covered in a layer of something that is a lung and skin irritant, with a small dog running around as well, that I have to like now trap her in a certain in a room where she can't get access to it, just to prove a point to him to make him clean it up when he gets home. On top of that, like, it would actually take longer for me to supervise him cleaning it up than to just clean it up myself. And then to assume that the only consequence that is possible here is making them clean up the mess themselves is like, no. The cost of the replacement toaster that we need now is coming out of his allowance. He did have, like, there was still lots of cleaning for him to do when he got home from school, let me tell you that. So like, it's not like there were no consequences, but then at the same time, like, we try to parent with natural consequences in mind. Like, I'm not going to go out of my way to punish you because punishing you feels good to me, because that's not good parenting. It's more, you have not, like, you pointed the fire extinguisher at a toaster and pulled the trigger. Now we need a new toaster. You're going to buy us a new toaster. Like, that's a natural consequence. That's just something that happens.
You broke it, you fix it.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
And yeah. And he was also like, he was also fairly honest about it. Like, at first it was like, oh, the fire extinguisher, like, I dropped it and it went off or whatever. I'm like, that's kind of weird. So like, we, get the kids out of the house while the dust settles, and keep the dog outside. And I actually wasn't sure what it was, like, if it was a CO2 fire extinguisher, then that's actually like, anyone that's close to the ground, like tiny children and dogs and stuff, that could actually kill them. So it's like, okay, get everybody out of the house, keep everybody safe first and foremost. And then, like, as I'm thinking about it, is like, there's a safety pin in there. You can't just drop it and it goes off. I'm like, did you really just drop it? It's like, no, I wanted to know if it still worked. Like, okay, well, thank you for being honest. Now pay for a toaster.
It still works.
Now buy a new toaster. This is probably baking soda. No, it's not baking soda. It's monoammonium phosphate, which smells bad because, there's ammonia. But also, apparently it's fairly harmless. Those pins do fall out sometimes. Not this one.
I'm going to respond to Depraved Ambience in my chat real quick. Said,
Yeah, go for it.
Rhino literally said, it's a bad look. I know optics are important, but I mean, it's actually not controversial to be anti-genocide and just saying, oh, if Israelis are concerned by a slogan, maybe we should use it while their state is actively engaging in colonial, settler, and genocidal policies. I don't know, man. All right, so let's take the buzzwords out of there. Let's take the colonial part. Let's take the settler part out of there. Let's take the buzzwords out of the conversation. What Israel is doing is, in fact, a genocide. If they are successful in wiping out everybody in the Gaza Strip, that is, in fact, a genocide. No ifs, ands, or buts. You don't need to add in the extra stuff that makes people on the left, like me, immediately look at something and go, ah, yes, I agree with this more, or I agree with this less. I say that because I'm literally reading the history of the slogan on Decolonize Palestine right now. And after about 15 of these buzzwords being thrown into the conversation, they stop meaning anything to me. They really do. It is inevitable when you are in politics that you have to present yourself in a way, when you are on the floor, you have to present yourself in a way that everybody on the floor will agree with, or at least operate with what you are saying. Part of that is respectability politics. We make fun of respectability politics all the time for people who are on the ground, for people who go to protests, for people who do these things. But if you're in the House and you're in the Senate, respectability politics is actually how you get things done. You don't get anything done by being the enemy of the House. You don't get anything done by being the enemy of the Senate. You simply don't. Us on the ground, us here people in the Gaza Strip, people who are in Israel, people who are here in the United States, we don't have to follow those rules. But people in the Senate and the House, they do, because decorum is literally part of their job. You can talk about respectability politics being a bad thing all you want. I would agree with you for most people. People in the House and Senate are not most people. Decorum's their job description.
And also, if I could respond to one of my commenters, Zilbear says, not harmless, inert. Dust will fuck up your lungs, toxicity aside. Yep, that's a valid point. However, this particular dust is designed to, stick to surfaces as much as possible. So it's not like once it settles, it doesn't really dust up anymore. If that makes sense.
It's not like a spore that when you disturb it, it does things.
It's not like drywall spackle. That shit's nasty. Anyway, there is one more article I wanted to get to, so we'll see. Where'd it go? Okay. Where'd it go? It's there somewhere. Oh, fuck off. Oh, come on. There we go. Legend of Zelda is getting a movie, apparently.
I'm not even going to lie. This article pisses me off.
Have you read this one?
So I haven't read the article because there's a thing that happened at the exact same time that this announcement came out.
Yeah.
That I don't know if this is going to mention it, but we'll see.
Anyway, they say Shigeru Miyamoto temporarily took over Nintendo's Twitter with little fanfare on Tuesday to announce. Would you say it's little fanfare if everybody's writing news articles about it?
It's little fanfare if you're just saying it as a post on Twitter, whereas Nintendo normally does these things as part of their Nintendo Directs.
True. Anyway, yeah, so he announced it's going to be a live-action film. So it's been in the works for ages, but this is the most forward momentum we've seen in years. And they're speculating that it's inspired by the success of Nintendo's animated Super Mario Bros. Film this past year. So he's been working with producer Avi Arad on the project for years, and press release revealed the movie is being directed by Wes Ball while being financed by both Nintendo and Sony Pictures.
Isn't Avi Arad the same person who worked on Maze Runner?
Yeah. We'll get to that. But no, I want to focus on Sony first. Do we really want a Legend of Zelda movie as made by the people who brought us the Emoji Movie?
Yes.
Sony is garbage when it comes to making movies. I don't think I've seen a single Sony movie that I've liked. Didn't they also do Pixels? Wasn't that Sony as well?
That was more Adam Sandler than anything, wasn't it?
Well, Adam Sandler is also shit.
Well, yeah, but His movies were mostly excuses for him to go take vacations.
Yeah.
I mean, they did the Raimi Spider-Man trilogy. I'm okay with that. But that's like 2 decades ago.
Yeah, so Arad, okay, so he's not the Maze Runner guy. The Maze Runner guy is involved. It was Wes, I think. Wes Ball? I think that's the Maze Runner guy. So Arad has worked on Spider-Man movies, basically. Like, since 2012, 10 of his 17 projects have been Spider-Man films. Which, like, he worked on the Spider-Verse movies. Those movies are fucking amazing. So, like...
But that also means he worked on Amazing Spider-Man
and Morbius.
I loved Morbius so much. I especially loved the part when he said Morbin time.
Okay, but did you love it ironically or unironically? Because
I watched it after all the memes and I still thought it was boring. That movie's not good.
Okay, I actually haven't seen it. But
it says Warcraft was okay. The Warcraft movie was okay. There were a lot of weird changes made, like Dalaran already floating before the undead invasion. That was weird, but yeah.
Yeah, so it's Wes Ball that did the did Maze Runner. And like that's the only thing he's ever done. So it's a bit weird.
Divergent was also awful.
Well, this person says it's okay. I can't comment on it because I haven't seen it.
I saw it and read the trilogy, and it's book series pretty okay. The movie made me scream a few times.
Okay. My understanding is that the book series was basically a ripoff of the Hunger Games, almost as blatantly as possible.
It was more like, what if you made the Hunger Games, but the central premise was eugenics?
Mm-hmm. So anyway,
it's Hunger Games and Harry Potter had a baby.
But so the director, he was working on a movie called Mouse Guard, which got canceled. However, I know the art or the artwork is not necessarily directly influenced by the director, but like if this is his style, like I can see this being a Zelda world.
That looks very much like every indie RPG I've ever seen on Kickstarter.
Okay, yeah, but like that aside, if you ignore that this is a turtle and you look at the nostrils as like a face, that could be the Great Deku Tree. I could see that.
I guess.
Doesn't look bad. This does look, you know what? This is actually kind of reminding me, there's that series going around YouTube now of the guy who did Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time in Unreal Engine. It does kind of look like that. Anyway, Derek Connolly would be the writer. He's the guy that wrote the Jurassic Park movies, the last 3 of them. Dominion, Fallen Kingdom, and World. Never heard of most of those.
You didn't watch Jurassic World?
No, just oh wait, those are Jurassic Park movies, Dominion, Fallen Kingdom, and World?
Yeah, Jurassic World.
Okay, that's just so they just have a weird way of wording this.
Yeah, they've worded it strangely, but these are just the...
Okay.
Yeah.
I have seen Jurassic World. I saw the second one in the trilogy, I think, and I didn't see the third. But he also wrote Detective Pikachu, which that was a good movie. I enjoyed that.
That was fun. I liked Detective Pikachu.
Yeah. But apparently he also wrote a draft of Rise of Skywalker that was not used. That could be either very good or very bad, depending on how...
I'll say, considering how Rise of Skywalker came out, I think I'm okay with anything that is not that movie.
Yeah. So yeah, I like the... Granted, this is unfamiliar territory, as Zelda almost seems a borderline unadaptable in live action in the first place. Which, like, yeah, that's kind of like Link's whole thing is that he doesn't say a word through any of the games ever.
Oh, because he was always built to be a player insert.
Yeah, so like giving him a voice is going to be a controversial thing, no matter who they cast, and no matter what lines they give him. Maybe. Yeah, no, this is an opportunity for them to go woke and cast someone who can't speak.
They could literally have him be mute.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. But then we get back to the comparison of the Super Mario Bros. Movie, and I'm sitting here thinking, like, yeah, no, the Super Mario Bros. Movie, it was a fun movie. Wasn't a great movie, but like,
the pace, it could have stood to be about 20 minutes longer.
I don't regret going to see it. And it's the same thing. Legend of Zelda, I know for a fact, no matter what they do with this movie, I'm going to be disappointed in it. I'm still okay going to see it. I'd like, if they make it, I will go see it. So like, it's one of those, like, yeah, I don't really want them to make a movie out of it because that kind of like, I feel like it doesn't really work for that franchise. But if they do, I'm gonna watch it. So like, I'm part of the problem here. I recognize that.
I'm gonna be honest. An Ocarina of Time TV series that was filmed in the way that the Witcher TV series was, where two separate events in time are happening as the A and B plot and they eventually converge. I would think that would be pretty interesting. Because then instead of just doing the linear Ocarina of Time, collect the 3 MacGuffins, and then go to sleep for 7 years story, you have both stories happening simultaneously, and entering the Temple of Time is the same thing as entering Ganon's castle. That'd be interesting.
Sure. Why not? I'm worried they'll get a conventionally macho actor to play him. Link needs to be a short, pretty guy if he's a teen/adult Link.
Oh, Link needs to be a twink. 110%.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no Hemsworths.
No.
They're banned. Anyway. Shall we do some tweets?
I can very quickly go over why that entire announcement ticks me off.
Sure.
That announcement came very shortly after Nintendo updated their content guidelines for online video and image sharing platforms, where they are now banning anybody, and they're saying that they can pursue legal action for anybody who uses emulators, for anybody who cheats in any of their games, for anybody who draws porn of characters in any of their games, for people who use unauthorized game consoles like Retrons. They've literally just updated, just a day before doing the Zelda announcement, all of their stuff on here to make it to where content creators who do Nintendo content are bent over backwards and cannot actually do the things they've been doing for years. They even have stuff in here that says that anything that uses images or videos or sound sources or anything that cannot be seen in regular gameplay or cannot be used in regular gameplay that's extracted via software mining can cause them to do legal actions, which means entire channels like Boundary Break, which do nothing but take a camera and pull it out of what you normally can see in the game, are now subject to legal action.
Oh, so they're going to sue the guy that did Ocarina of Time in Unreal Engine, is what I'm hearing here.
That's literally what this reads.
Yeah, this is one of those things where it's one of those, I feel like this is them making a statement with no real teeth to it, because I feel like a lot of that stuff is going to be protected by fair use. Like the Unreal Engine guy, that's probably protected by fair use, because like
if he's not making money off of it, I believe so.
I don't think it matters if he's making money off of it, but he's also not making money off of it other than whatever YouTube pays out in ad revenue. But then stuff like using emulators, like that's a legal gray area. Like if you own a legit copy of the game, it's generally agreed that using an emulator for the copy of the game that you own legitimately is perfectly fine.
The way that they try to fight that, and the way that they've tried to fight that in the past, is by saying the copy that you are playing on the emulator is an illegitimate copy that was taken from a piracy site, and that's the illegal part that they try to hammer down on, even if you do own a copy.
How do they distinguish between the pirated copy and you just going through the work of emulating it yourself? Because
the
like
pirated copy has a signature in the data, actually.
Okay.
Because when Nintendo released their Mario All-Stars collection recently, the 3D one that had 64, Galaxy, and Sunshine in it. They people data mined the ROM and found the extraction signature from the person who originally.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Nintendo Pirates from the Pirates. Yes, I remember this.
Yes, so they can find out because they've been caught doing it.
Yeah. Nintendo's one of those weird things where like they are such a shit company, but some of their games are just so amazing that it's just like
I hate
I tolerate the shit company because Tears of the Kingdom was great.
It's where I am too. My Switch is right next to me. It is one of my favorite game consoles.
There are 4 Switches in my house.
There are 3 in my... No, there are 4 in mine right now, actually. Holy shit.
Yeah. I've got... There's mine. There's my partner's. There's 2 of my kids have their own... Like, they have the Switch Lite.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, I'll give them this. Parental controls on the Switch, much better than PlayStation. PlayStation is confusing as fuck. I can't figure out what the fuck is going on there. I have a PS4, and my kids don't play the PS4 because... I don't know how to set up the parental controls. So that's another thing that Nintendo's really good at is like getting the family angle where it's like, yeah, if I don't want my kids like ripping people's heads off and seeing graphic depictions of like blood spurting everywhere when they do that, then like Nintendo's the good way to go and makes it easier for me to monitor that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. I just wanted to get that one out there because I just covered that whole thing in a video I did yesterday that's going to be going out in a few days, and it feels tinfoil hatty to go, hey, this announcement came up right as they updated their terms, but
yeah, it's debatable how many of those terms are actually enforceable.
Yeah, my issue isn't whether or not they're enforceable. Like if somebody aims a gun at me, I don't care if it's loaded or not. I don't care that they can do anything with it. I care that they tried.
Yeah. And that's a fair point, but like at the same time, like I feel like Nintendo can't really come after you for emulating games that they refuse to make available. Because like they're also retro games that like some of which I've enjoyed playing that you can't there is no legal way to get them anymore other than buying used original hardware. So like, and Nintendo doesn't profit when you buy used original hardware. And even then, like the cartridges, batteries are starting to leak and ruin the cartridges. Like,
oh yeah,
it's untenable to expect people to buy original hardware to play these old games. So like, either make them available legally or don't fucking worry about it because you're not making money off of it no matter what.
I mean, Gabe Newell pointed out a long time ago in reference to Steam, most piracy happens not because of malevolence, but because of convenience.
Yeah.
If you can conveniently make it to where people can get your stuff, then they won't pirate it.
I emulated Super Mario World for ages. Then when Nintendo came out, like when they started making it available on like the Wii store and the Nintendo eShop and stuff like that, I stopped emulating it because like it's just easier to pay $5 and have it on a console that I don't need to like tinker with to get it to work.
Mm-hmm.
So like, yeah, it's just like if you make it easily available, I'll pay them $5 for it or whatever it is. Actually, no, it's available for free now if you have the Nintendo Online subscription.
Yeah, I have my own problems with that, but yes.
Oh yeah, no, it's because like it's a very limited game library. If you like an obscure game, you still need to steal it.
It also means that the nanosecond that Nintendo releases a new console, all of your save data is held hostage on the old one, and Nintendo has a history of not bringing their legacy content forward.
And you should, like, okay, that's another issue. You should be able to, like, you shouldn't have to go through the rigmarole that they make you go through to transfer save data from one console to another. Like, you should just be able to save it to, like, an SD card or whatever. Pop that SD card in a new thing and load that save file.
Nope, instead you've got to do this whole, like, which Switch is the primary one?
Yeah, no, that's fucking garbage.
Anyway, Nintendo rant aside, we have tweets to do.
Yeah, we do. So, William Wolf, White Christians are the most targeted and persecuted class in America.
I want to ram my head through drywall. I wish to have nothing to do with this.
I need somebody to donate $20 to charity now to counteract this guy's stupidity. Because, like the idea that white Christians are the most targeted group in the country when they're literally in charge of the country. Like, who's Speaker of the House right now? It's not just a white Christian. It's a white Christian extremist.
But they're definitely the most persecuted in the entire country. They are the most represented, most catered to, most in power, most historically in power. But don't worry. They're definitely the most persecuted and targeted. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, this... Like the persecution. Yeah, it is. It's the persecution complex, because the Bible literally says that if you're not being persecuted, then you're not really a Christian. So when they're living in a country where they run the country, they have to find a way to be persecuted. Otherwise, they're not true Christians, according to their own book. Nobody's donated that $20 to make up for this guy being an idiot. Come on, I want to get to at least $1,000 today.
Therefore,
we need another $110 at least.
You know what? This guy's right. He's 100% right. White Christians are the most targeted and persecuted in America, as evidenced by the fact that the charity bar does not read 1000.
Yes. So
if creationists can come up with bullshit evidence for their claims, so can I.
I don't know what's going on in my Twitch chat right now, but I have you can't be a pimp and a prostitute too. So
from annoying newsletters.
Yeah. I don't know what the context is for that, but I thought it was funny, so I highlighted it.
Fair enough.
Oh, they're talking about COVID, I think.
You didn't mention asexuals. I feel persecuted.
Yeah, no. Shout out to the aces. I think my daughter might be ace. That wouldn't surprise me at all. She's no interest in anything romantic, and she's at an age where like that's unusual for her.
You expect the hormones, and the hormones aren't hormoning.
Yeah, but I mean, she's also at an age where it just might not have developed yet. So we'll see.
Mirlana says, can't be a pimp and a prostitute at the same time. Challenge accepted. Yeah, it's called having an OnlyFans. You get to be the pimp and the prostitute.
My partner has an OnlyFans, and I'm literally the only fan.
My partner has an OnlyFans, and I'm not the only fan.
She tried to make it a thing, but we both have ADHD, so for her it was a matter of like, I kept forgetting to post things. So I pay my $5 every month. She gets my $5 every month, and and that's enough. It. Nothing happens.
It's just there.
Well, it's also like I think like somebody just told her she has nice feet or whatever, and she was like, oh well, that's a whole thing. So I'll do an OnlyFans or whatever. So she has an OnlyFans for feet, but neither of us are into feet. So like,
you're just like, how do I make these things pretty?
Yeah, so it's not like we have this vast library of like feet pics that we've been taking personally, because neither of us are into that.
Like, all you have to do is just get some Vaseline and you'll make it work. Probably. I don't know what you use to make them look pretty either.
Oh, I was thinking like making them shiny would do it. I don't know. We're still at 891, so like I guess white Christians are persecuted. Our audiences think that.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, PragerU. There's a few PragerU things sprinkled throughout this. They're not all in a row because it's PragerU. Why would we want them all in a row? It says pronouns in bio are a red flag. So making online discourse easier is a red flag.
Here's the thing. On twitter.com, if you have...
So the people in my chat are saying if you show Kitty on the on stream, we'll get donations.
I mean,
because they can hear it. They can hear it meowing in the background.
Hold on. Let me change my. Dang it. So the issue is that I have to grab my camera and then I have to I have to turn off my camera source on stream. Just give me a second. We deactivate.
Go watch the first 15 minutes of the stream and tell me if our audiences care that you have technical issues with showing a cat.
Look,
like, if they're still here at this point, it's fine. There's the kitty. There's the kitty. Annoying newsletter? You owe us money. $109. Pay up.
Found a cat. He's meowy. Look at him. Look at his baby. And it said tying feet, think bondage can look good and sell well. Fair enough. I also need to actually get the cat that's screaming to go back into our bedroom, because that's Saki's cat, Cutie Pie, who's just mad that she's not in the bedroom with Saki.
Apparently PragerU's bio has a pronoun in it.
Does it?
Not on purpose, I'm sure.
All right, let me switch this back over, and let me see if I can get Cutie Pie where she needs to go. I will be right back.
Okay.
So I can take care of that.
I will be searching for PragerU's pronouns. PragerU creates educational content promoting American values. Download our app and watch more at PragerU. Think better, live better. Our is indeed a pronoun. So, PragerU has pronouns in the bio. I'm sorry for eating popcorn on stream. But, yeah, you know, when you're out of scotch, you go for the popcorn. Anyway, I see that nobody has donated the $109. So I guess Christians really are persecuted. And donate.vicerhino.com just worked for me again, so go ahead and go to donate.vicerhino.com to donate. We got Whiskey Tech Fred says, to share in memoriam of Mrs. Rhino. Thanks for all you do, Mr. Rhino. So yeah, this was her big charity thing. She was really passionate about this when I did it every year. So a lot of people like to donate in her memory. So yeah, give more. Oh, there we go. We got another donation. Zilbear, thank you for that $15. We're now at $906. We still have $94 to go to hit $1,000 this time on this stream.
I have done the deed. The cat has been put in a room.
You've done the deed with the cat, is what you just said.
I'm going to find the Shane Dawson copy pasta real quick. So the creature has been contained.
The creature is contained. All right, next we get a transvestigator. It says, what is that lump in Taylor Swift swimsuit? Strange.
It's the vagina of a skinny person.
It's called the mons pubis. Not even the skinny person. People with vaginas just have that. It's the pubic mound. It's a thing that exists.
How to tell me that you've never been with a woman without telling me you've never been with a woman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like...
Jesus.
This guy doesn't even watch porn, apparently.
Nope.
So that's not a thing that's hard to find. This is one of those telling on yourselves moments.
Mm-hmm. You've never felt the touch of a woman. .jpeg.
.png, sirs. Come on, we're not savages here.
No, he's on Twitter. Twitter turns your PNGs into JPEGs anyway.
My screenshot was a PNG, though.
Okay, well, I guess you are the superior one here.
All right, then Elon Musk gave us the recipe for cocaine because he wanted to show off how sarcastic his AI can be after he signed on a statement.
Cocaine.
After he signed on a statement saying we shouldn't develop AI anymore because it's dangerous to humanity.
Did he sign a statement doing that? I didn't notice that.
In June.
Huh.
He said, hey, we should stop with this developing of AI thing. And then he developed an AI. And then he posted a screenshot of it, giving the recipe for cocaine, which I've censored here. So I am not showing the recipe for making cocaine. But Elon apparently didn't see a problem with showing the recipe for cocaine making. So
no, he's just a little quirky. That's all. Just a little quirky cocaine.
I don't know what just happened on my Twitch or whatever, but like I just got a shower of emojis that I don't recognize.
Capagen is a wonderful thing, and
people
who posted emojis.
Oh yeah, that's a fun fact. The chainsaw was invented as an obstetrician gynecologist childbirthing tool. Yeah, that was the original C-section tool.
That feels way more dangerous than anything we possibly could use.
Well, they didn't care about the woman's health.
Just imagine, just like, you know what? Let's save this baby. So we're going to use a scalpel to get in there. Nope. Bone saw.
Electric bone saw.
Jesus, no. A friend of mine broke his toe trying to save my chainsaw from a tree.
Why?
So the chainsaw got stuck between two halves of the tree.
No, I know how that works. I'm just why? Oh, we got $1,000! Yeah!
Yay! Christians are no longer persecuted. Peace has been achieved.
That was thank you to Pegajace Anonymous and Zilbear and Michael DeCino. Nope, I'm reading too far back. I haven't refreshed my page. Yeah.
Also,
Jethro Elfman. There we go. You have a cat. Why haven't you shown us the cat before? Says Jethro.
I've shown my cat in every stream I've been in, basically.
Not any of mine. Jethro is one of my patrons.
Well, that is because I'm not you. I guess. I don't have a good reason.
We solved Christian persecution.
Also, Razor, check your DMs. Anyway, what do we have next after Elon Musk decides to be the cocaine dealer in the corner?
PragerU again.
God damn it!
Would you allow a drag queen to babysit your kids? Absolutely, 100%. Because drag queen, statistically, way safer than Republicans, than cops, than priests.
It's not a Catholic drag queen, is it? Then we're probably fine.
Probably not, yeah. Drag queens are statistically way safer than any of those other groups. So, like, why not? Like, I don't see a problem with a guy wearing a dress. What's it matter?
Also, let's go ahead and point out that PragerU doesn't really understand the difference between a trans person and a drag queen anyway.
Yeah, fair point. I mean, not a fair point, but it's PragerU.
Why is there not more Dennis Prager Mpreg art on the internet? It's literally called PragerU.
So, I did have fun with the naming of the files this time. I know I don't send them to you anymore.
Yeah.
So you're not privy to that. But oh no, okay, I'm not going to spoil it. There's spoilers in the names.
Oh, okay.
This one is called Prager 2, though.
Prager 2?
Prager 2.
Okay. Fair enough. Ooh,
oh, yeah, so this isn't a Twit tweet. This was the New York Times reporting on Trump's testimony. So Trump was just asked his involvement in the 2021 financial statement for the Trump Organization. He tried to answer saying that he was busy with the presidency, focused on China, Russia, and keeping our country safe. Wallace, the state lawyer, reminded him that he was not president in 2021. But he will complain all day that Joe Biden is mentally incompetent for being president.
Donald Trump is a doddering old fool.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. Blue Cat Shadow in my chat goes, stupid question. What's the difference between a drag queen and a trans person? Drag queen is a man who dresses up in women's clothing for show, typically as a performance. And a trans person is somebody whose gender does not align with what they were assigned at birth.
Yeah.
For a variety of factors.
If I were to put on a dress to be like, hey, it'd be fun if I wore a dress because I'm a man. That's me being a drag queen.
Whereas like when you were in lingerie for that one short?
Yes, when I wore lingerie for the short, that was me dressing in drag to be in lingerie for that short because I'm a man, I identify as a man, but I wore clothing that was socially accepted as female. Whereas a trans person would be, I am a woman and I'm trying to be a woman, so that's why I'm wearing the female clothing. So being a drag queen is about the performance, whereas being trans is about how you feel inside.
Yep. There's also some subcategories of drag as well, where like you over-exemplify the womanly features from the neck down, but then you over-exemplify manly features from the neck up, and I think it's called skag.
So that'd be like you're wearing a skirt and lingerie or whatever, but you still have like the thick beard or what?
The thickest of beards possible.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I see that.
There's a lot of categories where, but at the end of the day, the big thing is gender's about identity, drag is about performance.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Then we have this. This was fun. So someone made a good coloring chart where you're supposed to color in the lines. The colors are supposed to make sense, and there's not supposed to be white spaces. So I saw this and this triggered me because I have like 2 memories from grade 2. That's it. One of them is turning in my coloring assignment and being told that it wasn't done properly because you need to, you couldn't leave white spaces, and the like when you're coloring, it has to go in all the same direction. You can't do it in different directions or whatever. I have fucking ADHD. They didn't know that at the time. I didn't know that at the time. But like,
you forget you're coloring halfway through, you move to something else, and you come back, you're like, fuck it.
I'm just bored with it. Like, I don't want to fucking color until everything is colored in perfectly. That's boring. It's just doing the same thing over and over again. So like that was one of the ways my ADHD manifested itself when I was young. And that actually set me up to, like, I hated art class from that moment on because there were all these unrealistic expectations that like I couldn't meet. When this was grade 2, for someone in grade 2, you're supposed to just like, hey, you enjoy coloring? Color however you like. You can learn the rules of doing good art later. Right now, we're just trying to foster a love of art in you.
Yeah. Right now, you just need to know that green is not a creative color. That's all.
Yeah. No, well, so for me, it was specifically, it was the sky.
Mm.
So I had to color it blue, but it was like most of the paper. Like, I don't want to do that.
Also, just in general, when you're doing the whole like the colors need to make sense, what if you're coloring in an alien planet? A green sun works perfectly fine for that. What if there's a particular color warping smog on that planet? Foster creativity. Don't be a bitch.
This is one of those things where it's like, you're supposed to learn the rules and learn how to follow the rules before you can break the rules for the sake of art. But when you're in grade 2, if you enjoy coloring, just let them enjoy coloring however they enjoy it. That's actually something that with one of our younger kids, he very much is into art and he enjoys art, but he gets frustrated when he can't make his hands make the things that he's picturing in his head.
Mm-hmm.
And so one of the things that we have to foster in him is practice. Like, yeah, it's okay to get it wrong. It's okay to not be able to do it this way right now. Just keep doing it and you'll get better at it eventually. Because right now, it's not about learning the rules. It's about enjoying the process. Anyway, that's my art rant because I came across this on Twitter and I was like, this is triggering a grade 2 memory where I don't remember anything from grade 2 except for this. and the solar eclipse that happened.
Huh.
That's it. Those are my only memories.
This is entirely a personal vendetta.
Yes. My teacher was Miss D. I don't remember what the D stood for. I don't remember what she looked like. I remember nothing. Except for this and the eclipse. And we got Less Than Lucid saying, yeah, I've got stupid fingers getting in the way of art. That's the key here, is that his stupid fingers are getting in the way. But if you practice at it, you get good at it.
Yep.
But you're going to have stupid fingers for a really long ass time. So just get used to accepting the fact that your art is not going to look like what it looks like in your head.
It's going to take a while to be able to translate that. I still can't do it. And I've learned that I don't feel like I actually enjoy the process of drawing as much as I thought I would when I sat down and started trying to practice it.
So that's the thing. I wish I was good at drawing, but I'm not. And I do, like, as an adult, I know for a fact I am not going to put in the effort to get good at it. But had my love of drawing been fostered as a child, had my love of coloring been fostered as a child, who knows? Maybe I could have gotten good at it. Probably not amazing, but like maybe I would have been good enough to like do my own channel art or something. Whereas now I have to pay someone for it, which like that's not a problem. That's like one less thing that I have to worry about that I'm just not good at that.
Yeah.
But anyway, next tweet, Bridget Gabriel, who every time I see her tweet, I am more and more convinced that she's just Nick Adams' sock account.
American gender bent Nick Adams at home.
Mm-hmm. So like this is her saying I'm not going to watch NFL.
Wait a minute, hold on. So the phrase "go woke, go broke," which is accepted as a truism by a lot of people on the right, it is, the goals have shifted. The goalposts have shifted. It is no longer a truism, according to Bridget Gabriel. It is now a goal that has to be met. They must actively boycott, or their truism won't actually come to fruition. Okay, cool. I'm glad to know that it's that weak.
Yeah. Well, and this is the thing though, because like what goes woke must go broke. So it used to be go woke, go broke, as in they thought anything that went broke, nobody would like it, so they wouldn't watch it, so it would just go broke automatically. Whereas now they're saying we have to make it go broke. We have to actively work to make the woke stuff go broke, because I've seen stuff like the Barbie movie, which was unequivocally woke, but it kind of did the opposite of going broke. Made a shit ton of money.
Mm-hmm.
With their wokeness.
It is almost as if it's a fantasy that they've been engaging in, and it's starting to crumble around them.
Mm-hmm.
What a weird scenario to be in.
Okay, I see we're at a nice round number of $1,000. Someone needs to donate like $7 to make it look random.
Donate 69.
Because then the people that like nice round numbers will be bothered, so they'll need to donate more to get it to a nice round number, and then we can bother them by donating another $7 or whatever.
We need specifically 3 people fighting over getting a nice round number. We need them to not collaborate between each other. We need for them to compete with one another to get the round number.
Absolutely. Someone give $7 right now.
Make it 9.
I'll have a match donation for tomorrow. I'll figure out what I can afford. Like normally I do the match at the beginning and then I do another one at the end for the final push. But I've been kind of slacking this month. So like, yeah, we're almost halfway through November, and we're not even like we're only a 10th of the way to our goal. That kind of sucks.
Sakura says, "Why not $7.42?"
Because I'm not sure if this will show. Well, we're up to 11. Or no, just 11.
11-1.
Yeah, no, So, one of my partner's kids is super duper into math. He loves math. He can do like he's in kindergarten and he can do multiplication up to like his 12 times tables or whatever, but he doesn't do it from memorization. He does it by figuring it out. And it's fucking amazing. Oh, I see Doritos. Does that mean I'm lagging somewhere? That's what that used to mean. But yeah, so he's really, really good at math. And I just walked into the middle of a conversation. They were being like, what's 11 times 10? And I was like, ooh, hey, what's 11 times 10 plus 1? Because that's 11. And I'm just like, I just want to do the speech. I just want to be like, 11 years is far too short a time to spend among such excellent and admirable hobbits. But if and then my partner's like, you're confusing him. Stop trying to confuse him. I'm like, I'm not trying to confuse him. I just want to do the Hobbit thing.
I'm so happy that when they released Lord of the Rings decks in Magic the Gathering, Bilbo Baggins' win condition is getting 111 life.
That is pretty amazing.
If you get 111 life, you win. You get to summon every single Hobbit from your deck, which is basically a win.
Ooh, Michael DeCino donated $69. Nice. AI Wifey donated $11. Asking, is this less round?
Is this less round?
We're now at 1180. So we need some extra money to make it not round.
Nice round numbers make people feel complete. We want people to feel incomplete until it's at 10,000.
Mm-hmm. Inane Dragon is good for that. I
love Inane Dragon.
If somebody, like, if it's ending in a non-5 or non-0 number, if I message Inane Dragon, he will immediately donate to fix it. I can probably cause him some serious financial hardship by doing that if you guys do.
I need to... Next time I'm driving through Virginia, I need to actually visit Inane. I've been through it twice, but he lives... I don't want to dox him, but the area he lives in Virginia is particularly... It's not the area way.
It's not the area everybody drives through when they're going elsewhere.
No, it's not. It's way out of the fucking way, and I hate it.
More PragerU. This is the fun I had with the title. This one's called Prager Shoe.
How could I have? I saw this tweet.
So PragerU says
this one.
PragerU says men should not wear women's clothing, which, like, what the fuck does women's clothing even mean? It's a complete social construct. Like, you go to Scotland, they're all wearing skirts, and that's the manly clothing. Yeah, so, like, what is women's clothing?
The worst part is PragerU tweets this exact tweet out about every 6 months. Yeah,
they're just engagement farming at this point. I will not retweet PragerU. I will only tweet screenshots. But then Shoe on Head responds with, you guys have tweeted this so many times, and every time you get ratioed by photos of femboys, you absolutely know what you are doing. To which PragerU responded with, this is either them calling her a slur or them in the post-coital having a cigarette moment. Either way, it's not a good look for them.
Nope. Either they're fapping to femboys or they're being misogynists and also bad. It doesn't matter which one it is.
I think they're fapping to femboys, which, honestly, that's fine. Just don't be, like, anti-femboy while you're doing it.
It's weird how many people advocate for the stripping away of other people's rights, but also specifically look at porn of them.
Razor Stormore says they aren't skirts, they're kilts. I am of Scottish ancestry. They're kilts. Or they're skirts. Kilts are skirts. It's a type of skirt. That's what it is. Like, yeah, it's a type of skirt that men also wear, but, like, it's still a type of skirt. Like, I'm sorry, I know the hardcore Scottish people will not like that I'm saying this, but, like, it's what they are, definitionally.
I need the obligatory once a stream Razor to remind everybody that he's British moment. I need it.
I'm Scottish, not British.
No, Razor. Like, so Razor's a friend of mine, and every stream or two, there's something that happens that makes him go, as a British person. It's like, I need the obligatory Razor reminding everybody that he's British moment. I need it. Mirlana says, unless the femboy is into it. But if you're into being degraded, please do it in private, because it's not a good look outside of that.
Schrodinger's cat says skirts and dresses that are cut for men can look great on them. This is where Star Trek The Next Generation fucked up, because they put men in dresses, but they did not make the dresses for the men. They were trying to address the thing where in the original series all the women were wearing like mini skirts. And they tried to address that by making like, oh no, it was just a uniform choice, and usually the women chose that, but sometimes the men could do it too. And the men it's mostly in season 1, they look ridiculous. But
it has happened to be in them sometimes.
Props to them for trying. And also fuck Rick Berman.
What do we have next? Or is there a next?
There is a next. Nico
God.
Delgado says the Democrats are terrified because they know Gen Z is waking up. Yes, Gen Z. I refuse to say Gen Z because I'm Canadian. But
this is the second post he's done. The first one was a post very similar to this one.
I saw that, yeah.
Like, Democrats are scared of the amount of alpha male energy in this post.
Except
and they got clowned on.
So here's the thing, though. Like, the Democrats are terrified because they know Gen Z is waking up. Which party is it that's trying to raise the voting age to 25?
The Republicans.
So why would you think the Democrats are afraid of the under 25s? Because that's like almost exactly where Gen Z cuts off. Like, I think the oldest Gen Z kids right now are 26. So like
the only thing that goes through my head when I see this picture is, oh my God, everybody at the church summer camp saw an ankle for the first time.
See, now I have a different life experience than you. I see this picture and I think, oh, those guys all sell Cutco. Because I used to sell Cutco. And then I worked in a restaurant where they hosted a Cutco event. And as they walked past, I was like, oh, fuck, is that what I looked like when I was selling Cutco? Because, like, fuck.
I had one friend who fell down the pipeline of selling Cutco, and I felt very sad.
So I'm not going to go as far as a lot of people do and say that they're a pyramid scheme. I don't think they're a pyramid scheme. But they definitely target young, vulnerable kids.
Yeah, they use the same tactics that a pyramid scheme does. They do.
It's a very fine line. I'm not going to argue too hard against the people that say that they are a pyramid scheme. I just don't think they are.
I will say the only part that I ever enjoy about the experience of having a Cutco person in your house is when they ask for a penny so that they can use the scissors to cut the penny.
I have the super shears. I still have the super shears.
So obviously you know the experience because you sold it.
So fun fact, the super shears that are really good at cutting pennies, they are shit at cutting most things that you would want a pair of scissors to cut.
They're really good at shearing metal.
Paper? Nope. It's not smooth. It's all crinkly and gross. It's shit. Like, unless you're using them, like if you are using them for like cutting chicken bones up, sure, why not? But like for most things that people use scissors for, no, they're not good.
It's like that. There's a guy who comes up in my shorts all the time, who he's an Asian guy who sells a bicycle helmet, and he always like demonstrates how good his bicycle helmet is by like slamming it on concrete, like showing the different types of abuse you can put it through without it breaking. And every single time somebody splices his footage with another guy going, how many times do I have to tell you? The helmet breaking is a good thing. It's what prevents your brain from turning into soup.
So Jasper says, Rhino, do you call a zebra a zebra?
It's zebra.
Zebra. Yeah, no, that actually, that kind of ties into the thing from last week with Elon Musk and the Cybertruck being indestructible or whatever.
Yeah,
it's like, no, you want crumple zones. You want the car to fail instead of you.
Somebody just a bikini on your face.
I've like that. I was looking at it like, what the fuck is going on with my filters here? What is happening? Like, nope, just a bikini on my face.
It's just Vice
Thank you, Kappa Jen.
Very poorly.
God.
He is the Zed bra.
I am the zebra. Yep. Mark Walton says, it's called the Bible, the most read book in the world. If you want some more evidence, look at the glory, majesty, and perfection of the heavens, the earth, and the human body. Yeah, that just happened, huh? Okay. So, it's better now, but when I first saw this tweet, it was about 2 weeks after I had slept slightly wrong, and my neck still fucking hurt from having slept a little bit wrong. Are you telling me the human body is majestic and perfect when I can sleep a little tiny bit wrong and then be in pain for weeks because of it? I'm sorry, I don't believe that.
Jesus. The worst part about this isn't even the fact that he's wrong. Like the examples he gave are ones we can easily disprove. Just look at the human body. Look at how your dental hygiene affects your literal everything in life. Look at how bad the human body is at coping with 90% of the things that are out in the world. But the worst part about this is that he ends his fucking tweet with the, yeah, that just happened, huh? Like he's an edgy fucking 12-year-old. Like, this guy just came out of the Call of Duty lobby and had his very first time telling somebody he fucked their mom. And just, he feels so proud of himself right now. He's so self-assured.
So Neuromptopus says, if the human body is perfect, explain why I'm fat.
Thyroids.
My partner and I just had a conversation about this today, actually, about how, if intelligent design were true, we would probably think spinach tasted as good as fats and salts and sugars and all the shit that is really bad for us to have in large quantities. But because we evolved in environments where we needed to get calories more than anything, they taste good to us so that we eat as many of them as possible. So that I sit here eating fucking popcorn when I've already had enough calories for today because my brain's like, ooh, that tastes good. Give me more.
I'm gonna have chicken tenders as soon as we're done with this.
Oh, I guarantee I'm gonna I'm gonna nuke up another bag of popcorn as soon as I'm done with this because I fucking love salty treats.
Dunno boy.
Do I need salt? Fucking no.
Sounds like Catholic Shadow the Hedgehog. It's called the Bible, Sonic, the most read book in the world.
We could breed tasty veggies. No, we can't breed tasty veggies. Or if we could, we would have done it already.
The problem is to breed tasty veggies is to increase the sugar and salt content in the veggies in such a way that it starts counteracting the things you got the veggies for.
Yep.
But granted, at least at that point, you have more fiber.
Your body can be allergic to itself. Yep.
Yeah. Friend Pup. My friend Pup, who people who watch Sunset City are aware of, he's allergic to his own sweat. It makes existing a pain in the ass for him because he's like, yeah, I'd like to exercise. It makes me break out in hives, though.
Yep. He can literally say, I'm allergic to exercise.
He can honestly say it, and it's an honestly true statement.
That is the last tweet, though.
Oh, okay.
And we are running a little late tonight.
That's okay. It was because of PragerU femboys, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. So after stream, before you hop back onto your subathon thing, I want to nail out some details of our Hollow Knight stream.
Okay.
Just general rules and whatever. Actually, maybe we should do it publicly. Maybe we can do it here.
I don't see any reason why we couldn't.
Well, because none of the people in my audience know what Hollow Knight is, and they're going to be learning as we go.
Hey guys, Hollow Knight is a video game in the Metroidvania genre. Metroidvania is a genre coined because I'm not going to keep on going.
I'm just going to let you keep on going.
So you can eat more popcorn?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's mostly for me because I am the experienced one or whatever. So when it comes to cheating things like bench warping, the benches are the save points. Like if you exit a game and go back into it, you start at a bench. There's a cheat that you can use called bench warping, where you can just go to any bench that you have already sat on immediately. So my thought on that was that I'm only allowed to bench warp if I find myself soft locked, which is because it's randomized. I literally cannot progress unless I like warp back to this thing.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so no bench warping unless I'm soft locked. And also, no, you know what? This is going to be boring for people. We'll just talk about it. I'm going to go off air. You can stay on air if you want.
Okay, fair enough.
We can hammer out the details privately. Okay, so thanks for joining us, stream. As always, fuck off.